This video is part of the adult education series on reading in social studies. It covers a very brief view of U.S. history from the pre-Revolutionary War period to the post-9/11 period.
The history of the United States is a complex tapestry woven from diverse threads of culture, conflict, and resilience. This narrative begins long before the country declared its independence, stretching from the early encounters between Native Americans and European settlers to the profound changes following the September 11 attacks in 2001. Understanding this evolution is crucial for grasping the social, political, and economic structures that define contemporary America. Pre-Revolutionary War era. The roots of American identity can be traced back to the pre-Revolutionary War period in the 18th century. Initially, the land was inhabited by various Native American tribes, each with its own distinct cultures and governance systems. European exploration began in the late 15th century, leading to the establishment of colonies by countries like Spain, France, and Great Britain. The British colonies, in particular, flourished along the Atlantic coast, from Virginia to Massachusetts. These colonies developed unique identities, influenced by geography, economy, and the diverse backgrounds of their settlers. By the mid-1700s, tensions began to rise between the colonies and the British government, primarily over issues of taxation and governance. The introduction of taxes such as the Stamp Act and the Townshend Acts fueled resentment among colonists, who believed they should not be taxed without representation in Parliament. The American Revolution. The conflict escalated into the American Revolution, 1775 to 1783, a struggle for independence marked by key events including the Boston Tea Party and the Continental Congress. The Declaration of Independence, adopted on July 4, 1776, articulated the colony's desire for freedom and self-governance. Leaders like George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and Benjamin Franklin emerged as pivotal figures during this tumultuous period. The war concluded with the Treaty of Paris in 1783, which recognized the sovereignty of the United States. However, the challenges of creating a unified nation remained. The Articles of Confederation, the first governing document, proved ineffective, leading to the Constitutional Convention in 1787. This gathering resulted in the U.S. Constitution, which established a federal government and is still in use today. The early republic and expansion. The early 19th century saw the United States expanding both territorially and politically. The Louisiana Purchase in 1803 doubled the nation's size, while the concept of manifest destiny fueled westward expansion. This belief held that Americans were destined to expand across the continent, often at the expense of Native American populations and other nations. The era also witnessed significant social changes, including the rise of abolitionist movements advocating for the end of slavery. The tensions between slave and free states intensified, culminating in the Civil War, 1861 to 1865. The conflict resulted in the preservation of the Union and the abolition of slavery through the 13th Amendment. Reconstruction and industrialization. After the Civil War, the Reconstruction era aimed to rebuild the South and integrate formerly enslaved people into society. However, this period was fraught with challenges, including racial violence and the emergence of Jim Crow laws that enforced segregation. The late 19th century marked the rise of industrialization, transforming the American economy. Innovations in technology and transportation, such as the Transcontinental Railroad, fueled urbanization and immigration. Cities grew rapidly, attracting millions seeking better opportunities. However, this growth also led to labor exploitation and poor working conditions, laying the groundwork for the labor movement. World Wars and Civil Rights. The United States played significant roles in both World War I and World War II, emerging as a global superpower post-1945. The interwar period was characterized by economic prosperity followed by the Great Depression in the 1930s, which led to widespread hardship and the New Deal initiative under President Franklin D. Roosevelt. The civil rights movement of the 1950s and 1960s sought to end racial discrimination and secure equal rights for African Americans. Leaders like Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X inspired activism and legislative change, culminating in landmark legislation such as the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Post-9/11 America. The events of September 11, 2001, reshaped the United States in profound ways. The terrorist attacks on the World Trade Center and the Pentagon prompted a nationwide response, leading to the implementation of the USA Patriot Act and military actions in Afghanistan. The War on Terror became a defining aspect of U.S. foreign policy, affecting global relations and domestic security measures. In the years following 9/11, issues such as national security, civil liberties, and immigration became points of contention in American society. The resilience of the American people shone through in the wake of tragedy, revealing a nation grappling with its identity in an increasingly complex world.
Let's check for understanding. Carefully read the following questions, pause the video, determine the best answer for each, and then restart the video to check your answer.
What was Manifest Destiny? A. A peace treaty with Britain. B. An immigration policy. C. The belief in continental expansion. D. A civil rights document. The correct response is C. The belief in continental expansion. The Civil War, 1861 to 1865, was primarily fought over A. Western expansion. B. States' rights and slavery. C. Industrial development. D. Foreign intervention. The correct response is B. States' rights and slavery. Following 9/11, which legislation increased government surveillance powers? A. The Civil Rights Act. B. The New Deal. C. The USA Patriot Act. D. The Voting Rights Act. The correct response is C. The USA Patriot Act. Before European colonization, the land that became the United States was A. Uninhabited. B. Inhabited by various Native American tribes. C. A British territory. D. A Spanish colony. The correct response is B. Inhabited by various Native American tribes. Conclusion. The journey of the United States from its pre-revolutionary origins to the post-9/11 era encapsulates a narrative filled with triumphs and trials. Each era contributed to the development of a nation marked by diversity, innovation, and a constant quest for justice and equality. Understanding this history is essential for navigating the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead in American society.
This has been a production of D&J Designs and Mathman 1962. If you like this video, click on the thumbs up. If you want to be notified when new videos are posted, click the bell. And if you want to see more videos like this one, click on the subscribe button.